Hello there, Internet friends. This is Danielle Pierce, creator of Real Estate Profit Lab and Property Preservation Mastery. As you guys can see, I have a new background today. I am in Palm Springs finally. I feel like I've been talking about this for forever, but I finally made it here. I am one of the first people here. My other friend Elaine is here as well. She's taking a nap. I guess to prepare for the rest of the evening. But anywho, please come into the room, say hello, let me know how you guys are doing. If you're brand new to the channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. So unless you have been living under a rock, as they say, you guys are aware that we are doing a 21-day campaign. It's called hashtag Day in the Life, where I am going to be answering one specific question with regard to property preservation every single day. So these videos will go live every night at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, unless I have a hiccup. But hopefully that there's no more hiccups coming down the line. All right, we'll be talking about pros and cons of the industry, various pitfalls that you will encounter for sure, dealing with contractors, launching your business, getting it off the ground, basically, working with family, and something that we call the success gap. So basically the difference between those who do and those who don't with regard to productivity in terms of students who register for our program. All right, with that in mind, this campaign is going to take us right into our Black Friday campaign. We'll be talking even more about the current state of the industry and highlighting our most successful students of the year. So with that stated, I like to get into highs and lows. So highs and lows is something that, my business partner and I do before some of our meetings. It's a way to share some personal background information about ourselves and just kind of break the ice, so to speak. So I'll go first as always. Let me see. What is a low? I don't have any lows. My birthday's tomorrow. I'm excited. I'm in Palm Springs. It's 90 degrees. I don't have any lows. So no lows to report today. As far as a high, I am in Palm Springs with four of my favorite women in the entire world. So I'm very excited about that. The weather is beautiful. There's mountains in the backdrop, and I just love it here. So that's my high. You guys feel free to drop yours in the comments down below. Mark your calendars for Wednesday, November the 24th, because you'll have exactly 5 hours to register for our flagship property preservation mastery program at $1,497. That is $1,000 off the regular price. And we're also throwing in an additional $3,000 in bonuses. Now, I am going to be explaining this in excruciating detail over the next several days or so. Please, keep an eye on your inbox and on the YouTube notifications as well. It's always better to be on our email list because YouTube is a bit janky and doesn't always alert people when, I am live on the channel. If you're not on our email list, head to propertypreservationmastery.com to subscribe. All right. So last time we talked about creating a revenue stream from working with rental property companies. I listed, I think, 3 companies: American Homes for Rent, Progress Residential, and Tricon Residential as potential options to partner with in terms of doing that type of work. There's also an option for you to generate 6 figures utilizing mobile apps, and I'll explain what I mean by that in a second. So this is just another way for you to gain more control over your business. I mentioned a couple of days ago that working with the preservation companies is cool. It's great in the beginning, especially as you're excited, you're brand new. You're like, oh my gosh, I got a contract. I'm covering, this certain territory. I'm covering all of Cook County or Collin County or Clayton County or Dayton County or wherever you may be in the country. And then they start sending you back and forth to the property for dumb stuff. And you're just like, okay, well, I'm a little bit over this, right? So with that in mind, working with third-party mobile apps is a great way to gain more control, more flexibility, and I would say more autonomy as well over your business. So the insurances that you'll need are the same: the general liability and errors and omissions, possibly workers' comp, depending upon where you live. You will need to be good at bidding, and you also need to be prompt. So yesterday I mentioned repair-based and exact PRM as options to learn bidding. So the same would apply for this as well. You will do a lot better in this arena as well if you have an actual license for, either general contracting, roofing, electrical, plumbing, HVAC. So that's the same thing that I mentioned yesterday with regard to working with the rental property companies. The work, of course, is more encompassing than property preservation. I mentioned that yesterday as well. The same thing applies here. But the beautiful thing about working with the mobile apps is that you kind of list your areas of expertise and your specialties. So if you really don't want to be bothered with, I have some folks that I know who hate, cutting grass. If that's something you just absolutely hate doing, then you just don't have that item listed in your list of services. So that's one great benefit. But the companies that I have in mind that I like for you to consider working with, and again, the important thing to remember with these companies is that all you need is one. So I give a lot of suggestions, a lot of information. Of course, inside of the program, we detail it in a lot more, in a step-by-step process. And we are adding in a component to the program to working with, the third-party companies and things like that. However, all you need is one company. So with that in mind, Thumbtack is a good option, TaskRabbit, Home Advisor, Home Depot, and also Google Local Services. So Google Local Services is a way where you basically run ads, and Google kind of puts your ads in front of people who are looking for, landscaping, trash outs, moving companies, things like that. So all of these companies, of course, have costs associated with them. So I don't want you to go crazy on any specific company. The best thing I think for you to do is to try them all and to put a little bit of money and kind of see what the lead generation process is like before dumping a bunch of money into any of these companies in order for them to send you leads. So some companies have a process where the leads are a little bit cheaper. Some companies have a process to where they send you a lead, whether you respond or not, you're charged a fee. Others have a process where they send you a lead and you're only charged if you respond. So it just varies. Every company works very, somewhat similarly, but also very differently in terms of how they charge. So the best thing to do is to understand that you're going to spend some money and it's okay. So I don't want you to be frustrated with the idea of spending money, because, in order to get to, earn six figures or multi six figures, it's going to cost you some money or some skin in the game, or both, more than likely. So definitely, take you to research all these companies, register on these platforms. So for Home Depot, for example, I like them. Home Depot, you always go to, if you wander around Home Depot, they say things like, oh, if you need a roof done, contact Home Depot. You need a landscaping done, contact Home Depot. If you need your water heater installed, call us. So what they do is they then turn around and outsource those same jobs to third-party companies like mine, like yours. And so you have the opportunity to be able to be a registered contractor with a company like Home Depot, which has its perks, right? Because they're always getting referrals coming inbound. And so there's a potential to get a significant amount of work. But again, be prepared to pay. Like, don't be expecting to do all these different things with no upfront costs. I mean, I wish that there was a way around that, but unfortunately there is not. All right. So with that in mind, we're going to do a switch tomorrow. We're going to be talking about, oh, you finally woke up. We're going to be doing a switch tomorrow. I'm going to be talking about some of the things I wish I'd known when I got started in preservation back in 2013. And I'll also take that a step further and just talk about some things I wish I'd known in general with regard to entrepreneurship, being full-time entrepreneurship, transitioning from corporate to entrepreneurship, how much money do you need to have saved? How much did I have saved in real life versus what I think is necessary? So I will expand on all those things a bit more tomorrow. So please be sure to tune in right at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time so that you guys can hear me speak about those things. What else do I want to say? That's all I got for you today. So this is a short and sweet video. I probably just want to get back to drinking my drinks. So, but I did want to make sure the video was still comprehensive. So again, the companies that I listed, Thumbtack, TaskRabbit, Home Advisor, Home Depot, and the Google Local Services. Oh, last thing, some of these companies, I won't say which one because, people contact me all the time for partnerships. So I won't say the name, but some of these companies have much better reputations than others. So what I like for you to do is, okay, you can see some of the negative reviews and feedback, but please take most of those things with a grain of salt. And it doesn't necessarily mean that your experience will be the same way, that your experience will mirror that of, some of the reviews that you see online. Online, you can pretty much put anything you want at any given time about any company. So I do want you to, kind of find out for yourself, but also at the same time, not dumping hundreds and thousands of dollars into these companies either. So maybe just like, 100, 200 bucks just to kind of see what the process is like. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you. We are getting close to the end of this campaign, which I feel like is taking a lot longer than 21 days. But we're going to get there. And again, I'll be back here tomorrow night, right at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. As always, sending you love, light, peace, blessings, grace, and clarity. And good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.